Hey everyone, welcome back to our channel. If you're new here, please subscribe. I'd really love that. If you're returning, how you doing? What we're going to be talking about today is Florida and the fact that we are bracing for impact. Okay, it's a massive impact, and it's not like we're facing down a category for hurricane. No, it's something even more daunting. It's a massive influx that is headed this way, all expecting open arms, free health insurance, and whatever else they wish for. Okay. So what is the current state right now of Haiti? Well, it's an utter catastrophe. It really truly is. Yet this was somewhat to be expected, if you will. After all, Haiti stands as the first nation established on the principles of DEI. Now, I have some inserts that I'm going to be putting in for you, okay? And because I want you to be able to hear what's actually really truly going on, except for what is coming out of my mouth, okay? I mean, I could tell you all day what's really going on here in the great state of Florida. I really can. But I want you to actually hear from the people who are fighting on the you know what I mean, the fighting this impact, this influx that we are dealing with. Here you go.
In 1825, France got its revenge, tricking Haiti into taking out a high-interest loan that has crippled the country financially for the next 150 years. And what followed was a revolving door of corrupt leadership and natural disasters, and voila, you've got a country constantly teetering on the edge of hell. But if you listened to Hollywood a few years ago, you'd thought that Haiti was a Caribbean paradise that has always been great. Had to be true. It was on a T-shirt. But Haiti wasn't great then and isn't great now. It's a living nightmare. Prisons are emptied, dead bodies litter the polluted streets, and savage gangs patrol the alleyways. And the prime minister resigned and has fled to Puerto Rico. A warlord who goes by barbecue because he likes burning the bodies of his enemies has claimed full control over the capital, Port-au-Prince. And Biden deployed our Marines to protect our embassy. Haiti's the size of Vermont, but home to about 11 million people, and it's just about 800 miles from Florida. So if you want to leave, you have to take to the seas. The first free slave state is on the brink of collapse, but it shouldn't have been this way. Since the 2010 earthquake, the State Department poured nearly $6 billion into Haiti. That money came with a promise of better schools, new hospitals, and a stronger police force, but none of that happened. Because as you know, foreign catastrophes are a boondogler's dream. A lot of the cash for Haiti made its way into the pockets of corrupt local politicians, government contractors, and of course, the Clintons.
Why don't you give back the money? I think it would be a great gesture. Because she takes a tremendous amount of money, and you take a look at the people of Haiti. I was at a little Haiti the other day in Florida, and I want to tell you, they hate the Clintons because what's happened in Haiti with the Clinton Foundation is a disgrace. And you know it, and they know it, and everybody knows
Secretary. But not all of that money magically disappeared. Some of the emergency relief funds made its way into Haitian DEI programs. We forced the Haitian police to be more gender inclusive. And now all the cops, both men and women, are deserting so they don't get barbecued. But don't worry, Joe Biden has a plan. And it's the exact same plan he's always had. Spend more money. How much? Just a $500 million.
There are several different types of money we're providing. So $33 million that the Secretary announced yesterday in humanitarian assistance. There is, on top of that, $300 million that we have announced in support for the multinational security support mission. $200 million of that comes from the Pentagon. It will come in the form of equipment and other logistics support, and they can speak to that. And then there's $100 million that will come from the State Department that we've been in consultation with Congress about.
100 million here, 50 million here, 150 million here. So the American taxpayer is going to spend millions of dollars turning Haiti back into a democracy by paying defense contractors and politically connected nonprofits? How's that going to help inflation? And how did Haiti lose democracy anyway?
Now, by the way, if you have not heard, a feckless prime minister was installed this week into Haiti. Okay, so let's see how this one pans out.
This is a very high risk, high stress moment for them. They had been reaching out to the State Department. They had been reaching out to friends in the area. They were looking at every available option, which was minimizing by the minute.
This is what the group escaped. Violence in the streets as the Haitian prime minister, who's set to resign, sits stuck in Puerto Rico. The UN estimates gangs now control 80% of the capital city of Port-au-Prince. Most of the rescued group is from Michigan, in Haiti for charity work.
These are people who are literally there trying to help children. These are people who are trying to look out for others, and to be able to kind of pay that forward and be able to do something kind for those in need. That's the greatest thing in the world. And so it was just, profusely thanking us for getting him to safety.
This is Mills' third such rescue. He went to Afghanistan in 2021 and evacuated hundreds out of Israel in the fall. This time, he and his team had only minutes on the ground in the cover of darkness to get it done.
I didn't know the exact timing. I had texted him 31 minutes from the time that we were going to pick up and said, we're en route, one stop, no bags, bring your documents. You can bring a laptop at minimum, quick load, make sure you're there.
Now, in fact, it seemed that those 300,000 of the masses have already gotten the green light to proceed. The green light. I did a video not too long ago called, about the green light. Guess what? They got the green light, didn't they?
A source in U.S. Customs and Border Protection, very well placed, who is telling me that the orders are to have the Coast Guard follow the boats to Florida and let them land. We'll see if that holds, but there are
Hold it. Hang on. Slow down. Repeat that. You're saying a well-placed source is confirming your worst fear, which is the Coast Guard will basically be a convoy service and allow them to set foot in the United States, in which we have the whole madness of the paroles and all that. Is that what you're hearing from senior sources?
Yeah. EBP frontline guys are being told that that's what's going to happen.
Well, meanwhile, in Florida, there's a congressman. His name is Matt Gaetz, Gaetz. He's ringing the alarm bell loud and clear. And this is exactly what he said, verbatim. I don't want Southeast Florida to become Haiti. I'm calling on Joe Biden to do the right thing and declare an anticipated state of mass migration over water. That way, we could get naval vessels in the Florida Straits to deter the thousands of incoming Haitians before they invade the United States. Take a listen to his voice.
Can I leave this discussion believing that it will be your best military advice to the administration to utilize DoD assets for this purpose?
If there's a need for that, I would absolutely request it.
Haiti is a failed state right now. The Biden administration officials I was speaking with couldn't distinguish Haiti from a failed state, and we know that is the #1 push factor that sends thousands of people into the Florida Straits, onto Florida shores. And here's the legal status of those folks. If we interdict them at sea, we are able to pull right up to a dock at Port-au-Prince as a consequence of our agreements there, let them out, and they are never part of the immigration system. If they make it to shore, they're able to claim that they fear their conditions in Haiti, they can seek asylum, and that further clogs that system. So I just don't want Southeast Florida to become Haiti. And what's different about a lot of the Haitian migrants that show up is that they don't disperse evenly throughout the country. They often stay in communities in Miami-Dade, Broward, Palm Beach counties. So that means a huge burden on our jails, on our hospitals, our school systems, and the violence that you see from some of these folks is horrendous. When I talked to the Border Patrol and Coast Guard folks, they told stories of these folks like pouring gasoline on little babies on these flotillas to try to deter a boarding. And the reason Joe Biden isn't doing enough is because he hasn't yet declared an anticipated state of a mass migration over water. If he were to do that, we could get naval vessels in the Florida Straits to deter this migration. We could take action now. The Biden administration is not doing it. Bravo, Ron DeSantis, for getting some force posture in place. But remember, those folks will only encounter the Haitians once once they've landed and have a right to claim asylum, if Biden did the right thing, they'd be right back in Port-au-Prince.
All right.
Well, I mean, Haiti is no Garden of Eden in the Caribbean. It has been a really problematic place for a great deal of time, and I don't know that the United States becoming the block captain of Haiti is the answer here. Like,
didn't we do that once?
Yeah, it didn't exactly pan out, right? It's led to a lot of the conditions and the corruption that now have Haiti as a lawless failed state. There's going to have to be some sort of long-term resolution there, but in the short term, you're looking at a massive impact on the United States, one that is absolutely preventable if Joe Biden would take the appropriate action to put those naval vessels in place. I mean, look, the saddest state of the human condition I've ever observed was when I went to an AIDS clinic in Haiti and saw how people were living there, and it was horrendous. And so I do think it's appropriate for us to be more focused on what's going on here in the Western Hemisphere than oceans away, where our impact is not as universally positive in other parts of the world. Here, this is our backyard. I think it's because the government there lost legitimacy, was deemed corrupt, and there was a parity of force between the gangs that were running the streets and the entity that was in the government. And when you have that parity, you see collapse. You know what a good example is? What Nayib Bukele has done in El Salvador. Let's take that model and try to apply it to Haiti. Let's lock up the criminal gangs. Let's apply some semblance of order. And sure, you're going to break some eggs along the way, but look at where El Salvador is right now. I mean, they were Haiti in a lot of ways, a decade ago.
So this is according to Bloomberg. Ron DeSantis, our governor, is deploying 250 local law enforcement officers and an air and sea fleet to Florida's southern waters to help curb a potential wave. Haiti has spiraled after weeks of chaos with groups, I'll say that, controlling 80% of the capital and large swaths of the countryside, forcing tens of thousands of people from their homes. Now, Prime Minister Ariel Henry stepped down to make way for a transitional government, and the U.S. and other countries have evacuated non-essential embassy personnel. So DeSantis goes on to say, no state has done more to supplement the under-resourced U.S. Coast Guard's interdiction efforts. We cannot have them coming here to Florida. Now, while the U.S. Coast Guard, they have repatriated about 65 of the Haitians located near the Bahamas this week. There's no current indication of a mass exodus to Florida, which lies about 700 miles from Haiti. But the governor said that he will send up 133 Florida state guardsmen to the Florida Keys, alongside additional support from the state's National Guard, Department of Law Enforcement, Highway Patrol, Fish and Wildlife Conservation Commission. Now, Florida has seen an increase in numbers from nations like Cuba and Haiti coming by boat. About 500 Cubans arrived on small islands like the Florida Keys in January of 2023. And that was just over 3 days. Now, as we brace for the arrival of 300,000, the question on many minds is why we're funneling so much money to aid a country presently under the control of these said groups. Now, unfortunately, tracing where our money goes or how it is used in Haiti is a mystery that is likely to remain unsolved. Well, that's all for this video, guys, okay? I will see you in the next one. You stay safe, you stay positive, you keep prepping. And as always, fear less. Ciao.